Morning, everybody. I'm just getting chicken water ready so I can take this out to the chickens, open them up. Morning, Jessica. Jessica. Morning, Ernie. Hey, Shelby. Hey, Sherry. Let's still feeling kind of crappy, Steven. Ugh. Let's take care of these chimkins. Open the door. So I have to figure something out. So Sophie has some poopy stuck to his butt, and I'm afraid that if it builds up too much, it'll block his vent. And, you know, just like if you have an impacted bowel, that could possibly kill you. So Chris got some Epsom salt from the store for me. And I gotta soak him in it. And I'm like trying to rack my brain because I've looked online at other people. They'll like take like one of those plastic tubs and cut out a small hole so the chicken can stick their head through the hole. And they'll force them to like soak in that solution and they can't escape for like 15-20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, okay. But like I don't have, like the tubs that I have are massive. So like too big for that. But I'm thinking, and I'll show you guys in just a second, the containers that I use for the chicken food, that could work because like it's a pretty big container. It has a lid that just flops open. Like it has a main lid, but then a smaller lid so that you could just reach in. And, you know, that he could pop his head through that, but it's not wide enough that he can get his shoulders through and get his wings through. So I think that could work. Worst case scenario, I could like, and I think I'll do all of this upstairs in the upstairs bathroom. So if that doesn't work, okay, then I'll just hold him in the tub, you know? So yeah, I think that could work. Or a garbage can since it's deep. Well, see, that's why I'm not using the big tubs because they're too big, and all the garbage cans that I have are too big. And you gotta think, my chickens are like Brahmas, so they're bigger than your average chicken. So that's, I've seen everybody else, they get to use like small tubs and stuff, but kind of have a dilemma. So. Hey, Sal. I bet when you fart, it smells like your dad's dick. And when you laugh, it smells like your mom's ass. So. No, I'm from Alabama, actually. Somebody asked if I was from Colorado with that attitude. No, Alabama. And they don't call this the Viper Pit for nothing. Taking the high road. You know what? When they go low, I go lower. I go low. I don't care if you think I'm hideous. Like, I don't do this for my looks or for male validation. Let me tell you, men have been caught fucking mufflers on cars. Trust me, a man not thinking I'm beautiful, I don't give a fuck. You guys will fuck a hole in a wall. You've been caught with chickens, sheep, your tube socks. Honey, I don't need a man to tell me I'm pretty. Morning. Oh, it's okay, Joey. I'm monetized, so I make money off of haters being in here talking shit. It's about 3 degrees outside. Hey, RV. Oh, it is cold. Ugh, no snow bunny shit for me. What's wrong with your eyes? Nothing at all? Jamkins! I'm still under the weather. So just breathing hurts out here right now. Hi, babies. Let's see if this bin will work. Good morning. I see a little mouse hole. Little mousey mouse. I know. Good morning. Let me get this set up. It's probably just the lighting, Violet. And don't be talking shit about other women online. We get enough of the incels in here doing that. Unless you're a pick-me. In which case, you're doomed. So I think this might work for the Brahmas. So what I'm thinking, since Sophie needs to soak, that might actually work. Hey, no dancey dance right now. God damn it. I know, I'm coming. Hey! Here, let me put the water down first. You guys act like you're starving. Come on. Come on. Oh, boy. Don't venture too far. Here's one. All right. There's 2. How you doing, ladies? Hi, good morning. Hi, good morning. So this is the bin I'm talking about. I think, is this Sophie size? This could work. So I need to soak Sophie's butt because he's got poop all over it. If it stays like that, that can block his vent. They could get sick. Kind of like an impacted bowel. So I'm thinking, if I empty this out and fill it with water with the saline, like with the Epsom salt, and then I could put Sophie in it, and then he could pop his head out this. I'll do this all in the bathroom, so in case of it does go haywire, then he's already in the tub. But let me find Sophie. Good morning. Don't worry, I'll take care of everything. You'll get your snacks. Excuse me. Don't do that. Here you go. There you go. Hello, ladies. I think this will work. Hi. Who's Mr. Poopy Butt? You. You. Want some snacks? Here you go. I'll probably have to lure him later so I can grab him and put him in that. I mean, I could do it now, but I need help because, like, I got the dogs in the house. So, here you go. I know. Don't be chasing after her. She's trying to get that poo manners. I got you. I'll be back because I gotta trap your second in command. You good? Yeah, I think that'll work. I'll bring it in the house so I can clean it though. So I'll come out here and I'll trap Sophie and he gets to come inside. Do I have other animals? Yes. So we have, that's a salt. We have miniature Highland cattle, two little moomers. Chris is taking care of them today. I've been sick. Usually I take the live feed out there, but I've been sick the past few days, so Chris and I are just kind of divvying up chores, saving energy for taking care of animals, you know. Thank you for subscribing. You guys can also become members of this channel. So, yeah, thank you, Shelby. Yeah, those are Brahmas. They are built for cold weather. Like, so we have a lot of snow, a lot of extreme temperatures up here. So that's why they got the boots with the fur. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you for that super gift. Thank you. Thank you, Jem. I got consumption. I got the burp. Not really. It's just a cold. It's just annoying. Hey, Brenda. Lame. Thanks, Terry. Thank you, Shauna. Hey, you got a membership. Good to see you, Shauna. Thank you. Oh, my fingertips are freezing. I haven't even been out here that long. Oh, boy. Fuck. Thank you, Margaret. Okay, yeah. So I think this will work. I'm just gonna wash it before. Oh, there's Chris. I'll wash it before I bring him in to soak his bum. So. Fuck. It's rough. I think it's time for coffee. Let go of my hair. Oh boy. Morning, Judy. Hey, Bo Girl. Hi, everybody. Well, tattoos typically don't tickle Big B, so. It's like sweatpants and cozy PJs type of week. I was gonna say day, definitely week. Being sick. Morning, everybody. Lame. Let me take coffee. Coffee. Get the moving. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you. You're a member now. Whee. Hey, Bob. Hang on, let me get my little stand. Why do I always lose it? Oh, here it is. Let me step to the side so I can blow my nose real quick. Okay. Ugh. Excuse me. All right. Sorry. Oh, thank you, Jim. Thank you. Yeah, it is a sickness that does not quit. Yeah, thank you. Really doesn't. It's hanging on. Although, you know, I will say that Barrett is loving this because it's like nothing but laying on the couch and just rotting and catching up on Love After Lockups. Oh my goodness, but hibernation, yes. Thanks, Catherine. I will say, oh, I don't know. Like, there's no point in getting it tested because there's nothing you could do about it. You just kind of have to let it, you just got to ride it out. So. Feels like any other time that I've gotten sick. And, I mean, you could take stuff just to just kind of mask symptoms, but you just got to ride it out. That's fine. I'm catching up on TV shows and, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, Burr is happy, though. He loves sitting on the couch. He loves couch rotting. But I will say, wild and horrible, all these plane crashes that have been happening lately. This is 3 in 72 hours. Just like, I feel awful for all those people. And the one in Philly last night, which is like scary. Living the dream, watching chicken butt. Yeah, I know. It's just sad. I've got RSV and the flu. My cat came in and put her paw on my head like she was checking my temp. Oh. I found another show like Love After Lockup. It's called Prison Brides. Yeah. I think so. There was one. It was a while back. I don't know if it was Prison Bride. It might have been Prison Brides. It's an older show, but oh wow, like some of these people, way too trusting. Jim. Oh snap! Come here, Bullet. You got eye boogies. Let's put your eye medicine in. Down there. So if you didn't squeeze your fucking eyes together so tight, this would be easier. Let me see. Let me see. There. That's better. Let me put his eye. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Eye medicine. He's got eye boogies. Thankfully, Bullet is a good boy, and he lets me give him medicine, and he does not fight me at all. Because he's a big boy. He could if he wanted to. He could if he wanted to. Especially that one. I'm glad that he doesn't fight me on that, because you literally have to peel back his eye and like put it down in into the eye socket. How are the cows?
Like frozen.
Oh.
I got there earlier and they're both asleep, like they're both in the barn.
Yeah.
They didn't. You tell they're like way too cold for this shit.
Yeah, like, what's the temperature today?
It's fucking negative again.
Oh my god, I thought it was like 3. I thought it was warmer than that. It did feel pretty cold.
Did you put anything in the boiler?
I did this morning.
All right.
At 5:30.
All right. Yeah.
I haven't put anything in since though.
No, that makes sense because I'm like, because I opened it to fill it. I'm like, wow. I was thinking it to be like fucking.
There was when I went out to take the dogs out at 5:30. I saw that no smoke was coming out of it. The fan was going, and when I opened it up, there was one little tiny log left. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's usually about the case.
Yeah.
But like, I was just concerned like something might have been wrong because when I opened it now, I'm like, why is there still 4 or 5 logs in there?
Yeah, just because I put those in there.
That makes sense.
Love doing that in my pajamas, barefoot at 4 a.m.
Well, hopefully after today, well, I don't know, fucking temperature's brutal.
It is.
-1 right now.
Ah, okay. I thought it was warmer, but.
Supposed to get up to a whopping 40 degrees today.
Woo!
But
Getting
then,
toasty. Yeah, I thought it was warmer than that, but. Hey, Maria. Yeah, still sick, but we're plugging along. The thing is like, thankfully Chris is here. He doesn't have any shows to do this weekend. Thankfully he's here so we can divvy up responsibilities. So taking care of the animals and everything. So I haven't been out to see the cows in a few days because I've been taking care of the chickens while he takes care of the cows. What a question. Are you believe in humanity, or you believe that blonde people better from everyone? I mean, especially after reading it out loud, it just gets funnier. Like, it might be because I'm sick too, so it's probably because I'm sick. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you for that coffee. Oh, YouTube. Thank you, Catherine. My boyfriend has been watching since you moved up from Pennsylvania since the beginning. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna set a goal for us for super chats. There we go. There we go. Return, start. There. It's not because you're sick. What language was that? I don't know.
Seriously, Tank?
Did he throw up?
No, he's eating whatever probably dropped my food.
Oh, okay. Ew. Wait. Oh, you're wearing your cow shoes in the
Well,
house?
I knocked them off before I came in. I just didn't want to be doing this in the fucking snow.
You look like Lady Gaga on crack. Yeah. I mean, sure.
You guys are sick, little buggers.
I used to live near the Philly crash. Yeah, well, Philly Girl and J9 both live down there. Hey, Kayla, how do you find the show Love After Lockup? Is that one on Amazon or is it on Netflix? I forget. It's on one of those. It's either on Amazon or Netflix. So, you should be able to find it on either of those. A couple people in here have watched it, so somebody else can probably help you with that one. On my TV, it's because that's the most recent thing I watched. I don't even have to go into the app anymore, so it's just like, hey, do you want to finish watching this? And anyway. I watched it on Peacock. Oh, there you go. So Shelby said it's on Peacock too. Hey, Margaret. Good morning. And Amazon as well. Okay, so I thought it was Amazon, Philly Girl, Sin Love. Yes, yes, Jem. So all the members, I put in cute little member badges. Ronald, thank you so much. That is fantastic. Thank you for that gold sticker. Thank you, Ronald. Everybody give Ronald some uppies. Uppies for Ronald. Thanks, Ronald. So I gave members, they have badges, and the longer you're a member, the badge will change over time. They have a badge that goes up to like if you've been a member for 5 years. Obviously, we just started with that, so. Have I seen Orange is the New Black? I watched it when it first came out. It didn't really interest me, so. Hassan, you're really stuck on the whole blonde thing. That's okay. Like,
I just wasn't sure if you're on TikTok or YouTube.
Oh, I'm on YouTube.
Makes sense why the comments are where they are.
Are the boys going stir crazy, missing their walkies? Yeah, I think so. Although they're also enjoying like just like bed rotting. So no, you're not, Hassan. You're just insecure. Hot pocket. Yeah. And I got to upload new emotes and stuff, which I should probably check and see if I can upload new emojis for our members, because at first you can only do 5 until you got so many members. And then as you hit certain levels of people who have memberships on your YouTube, you can add more emotes or emojis. So I've been adding as we go. I need to check. Hey, Corey. Thank you. Hey, Doris. I have a few tattoos. It's like Q&A hour. Oh, boy. Yeah, I got him in prison. That's why I have an FFL, Corey. Oh, so I did see, like, so my most popular video, which I think has 11 million views on it right now. The comments are still coming in. Some wild comments. It's like a lot of good stuff, and I love the guys that come in and commiserate. They're like, oh yeah, I did that. That one sucks. Sherry, thank you. Been busy with work, but hope to get going on my blanket this weekend. Awesome, Sherry. You're doing the winter blossom blanket as well, right? Like, it works up so quick. It really does. Oh, I got you, Shauna. All right, so we're in the same boat. Yeah, we're both. Yay. Yay. But so the comments on my most popular YouTube video are going crazy, which I think is a reason why we get like trolls in this chat. Is like when I see comments go wild on that video, we usually get a lot of trolls in our lives, which is fine because I'm monetized, so the views help. Yeah, it is, Jem. Anyway, a lot of the comments are from some very secure men who obviously work for a living and have experience with, manual labor. My favorite, though, is you could tell when someone has never done any sort of labor whatsoever, probably can't change their oil or a tire, and they're like, yeah, it's because you're weak, or, like, this is why women belong in the kitchen. That's my favorite. And I'm like, oh, also when they're like, oh, women think they're equal to men, then why do you beg us to do everything for you? Like, I don't get that. They say that, but they have to be reminded to wash their own asses. They get caught fucking mufflers. I bet you have soft hands like a baby, Corey. Yeah. The softest hands for the keyboard. Jem, thank you for that. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I take x-rays, push a button. Hey, keyboard, yeah. Not the muffler, tube socks, yeah. It is interesting, the comments that you get there. But man, it just, you look at it, you look at all the comments, and you're like, wow, there's some really sad human beings. And maybe, sad for sure. Insecure, definitely. And that, it makes me think that whole toxic disinhibition thing is, it shows you that there's a lot of people walking around that are slightly unhinged, because toxic disinhibition, if you're unaware, is online trolling. And there's so much research, there's so many studies about online trolling, toxic disinhibition. And what they found is people who participate in online trolling, they're being the most truest form of their self. Thank you, Grace. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that super gift. So they're acting most in alignment with who they really are on the inside, which is scary when you read through the comments and the things that they're saying, because they're showing you unfiltered how they feel, everything they say. Because like everybody walks around with a mask, right? They can't say those things in real life, not at their jobs, not to their families. And most of the time, once they get doxxed, like when people, which is another thing that amazes me, is these guys on YouTube with these comments will say it with their full fucking name and a picture of themselves, but they'll get doxxed and they immediately delete all their profiles, like shut everything down, go private and stuff, because they know they can't say those things to their family members, to like in their workplace, to their friends. They'd be embarrassed, and then also people would probably cut them off because they know that it's not right. But the internet is somewhere someone can act like their true form with the anonymity. You know, they can go into a chat and say all these horrific things that they truly feel, because they feel like there is a barrier between their keyboard and the rest of the world. It's really full name, picture, not the brightest. Yes, that's my favorite. I have messaged so many of their spouses and parents on Facebook. Like, I love when they have their name available and then I find them and then I'd send screenshots to like their wives and their mothers and their grandmothers and stuff. I'm like, is this the boy that you raised? Is this your husband? That's my favorite. That one may have caused a divorce, and then the guy tried to come back and like he tried to threaten to kill me, and I'm like, yeah. Do your research first, because if you look at my profile and see what I do for a living, probably not the best idea. Judy, thank you. You are now an off-grid yuppie. Welcome to the YouTube Viper Pit, Judy. Thank you for subscribing. This entertains people. It sure does. You're here. And thank you. You just made me more money. Thank you, Sherry. Let's hit that goal. Thank you. Well, why are you wearing thick clothes? Because it's -1 today. It's pretty funny. I am wearing like fuzzy clothes, and my husband's over there wearing shorts. But I live in northern Maine. If you're new here, there's a lake down there that's frozen solid. People have been ice fishing on it. So I live somewhere that's pretty cold. I was just outside feeding the chickens. So yeah, I'm also sick today, so I have a chill. So you live on a mountain? Not really. I mean, I live up on a hill, kind of. I mean, I guess. I mean, like, compared to the rest of the lake.
It's not Rocky Mountains, but it's definitely a higher elevation.
Yeah, I live at a higher elevation than the rest of the people on the lake. Like, my driveway starts down on the lake, and then you have to drive up a mile to get to my house. And it's not on the tippy top of the mountain, but this summer, if you guys hang out and stay with me, we are going to build a little off-grid cabin up higher up on at a higher elevation on our property. So that'll be fun. No, I haven't been to Acadia. I am on the opposite end. Have a great day, Jem. Heather, thank you for that super gift. Thank you so much. Have a great day, Jem. I'm on the opposite end of Maine. So Acadia is pretty, yeah, we're both sick, Jenna. Acadia is at the southern part of Maine, and I am at the most northern part of Maine. So Acadia is like 5.5, 6 hours away. It's pretty far. And I think people forget or don't realize that Maine it's a pretty big state. I remember when I was thinking about like, this was probably like 20 years ago. I had taken Maine into consideration. I was like, you know what? I think one day I would like to live in Maine. And when you look up Maine, you pretty much they just show you the coastline. They show you everything from like Freeport to, what is it? Not Eastport. No, it's Eastport. Eastport. Thank you, Judy. Yeah, don't go to Acadia in the summer. I've heard that. Fall, probably fall too. That's probably really busy. But when you look up Maine, it shows you all the coastal towns. And even like the TikTok videos and stuff, they'll be like, these are the best cities to visit in Maine. And it shows you everything that's on the coast. And I'm like, there's more to it than that. Thank you, Sherry. 10 more super chats to the goal. Thank you, Sherry. I was in Maine yesterday. That's pretty cool. In Portland? Nice. That's okay, Barb. I'm glad you're here. Peppermint oil is my favorite cheat for colds. I like peppermint tea is nice, so. Well, there's a lot of dispensaries here in Maine. Hamdi, have you ever gotten this bug as bad as I? Sweats, chills, headaches, and body aches? No, mine wasn't that bad. Doris, I have been sick to the point where I had to be hospitalized before. That was fun. That's a fun story because when I was in high school, like, and this is one of the many reasons why I don't talk to my mother. When I was in high school, I got sick, and I was like, Mom, I don't feel well. And she's like, you have to go to school, and you have to go to soccer practice. And I did 3 or 4 days of that, and I was struggling. Like, I was like barely getting to my classes on time because I felt like I needed to crawl. And I was going to soccer practice, and I was fucking useless. And then the one day, it got so bad. I got through the school day, but I was getting ready to go to soccer practice. I was sitting at a desk with my head down, and all my teammates were like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And like, I could barely talk at this point. Like, everything that was coming out of my mouth was like not even a whisper. I was just kind of mouthing words. I was like, I need to go to the doctor. And they're like, you should just go then. And I'm like, my mom won't take me. And then finally, I just got fed up. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go home. I have got to get to the doctor. So I go home. So I'm home from soccer practice early, and my mom's in the kitchen. I walk in. She's like, what are you doing home early? I was like, Mom, I really need to go to the doctor. And again, words aren't coming out of my mouth. I'm just kind of mouthing everything. And she starts yelling at me. She's like, you know, I'm not doing this with you. You know, you just need to like take some medicine and go to sleep, and you'll be fine. And I just fucking flipped out. I started screaming as best as I could, to the point where it like, my throat was so swollen, like, I didn't care. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you for that sticker. This is your 5th super on a live stream. Thank you, Ronald. I started screaming at her. I was like, and I cussed at her, which this is kind of big for like a Southern one, you know? I was just like, I need to go to the fucking doctor. And my mom, like, I was expecting her to slap me, and she didn't. She just kind of like got wide-eyed, and she was like, well, fine, but if they tell me there's nothing wrong with you, you know, you're in trouble and you're paying for this, blah, blah, blah. So she takes me to an urgent care. I get in there, and they take me back. We're in the waiting room, and my mom's bitching and complaining the whole fucking time. And I'm just sitting there. I could barely sit up straight. Nurse comes in. She looks at my throat. The doctor comes in, looks. And then all of a sudden, they all freak out. Because I guess it was strep throat. It had gotten so bad that they literally flipped me over on the table, ripped down my pants, and just popped 2 steroids in my butt cheeks. And then they started yelling at my mom. They're like, why didn't you bring her in sooner? Like, this could kill her, blah, blah, blah. Like, they were going off, because I guess it got bad enough that it was on that tipping point of like, yeah, this could go to her brain and kill her, you know? And I was so out of it. Like, I was just a puddle at this point. So I'm like laying there, and like my pants are down, and they're just like shoving things everywhere. And yeah, Corey. And I hear the doctor asked my mom again, why didn't you bring her in sooner? And my mom goes, well, she didn't tell me she was sick. And like, if I had the energy to be like, you fucking liar. I had been sick all week and asking her, I'm like, I'm sick. I need to go to the doctor. Something's wrong. And she's like, no, go to school. If I had it in me, I would have thrown her under the bus. Because like these days, if that would have happened, CPS would have been called. You know, like they would not have stood for it. That's horrible. I got strep throat every year. My mom made me gargle vodka or rum in 5th grade. That 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 was me, Willow. I always got strep throat. Bradley, thank you so much for popping into this live stream and unlatching from your mom's tits long enough to comment in this live. You can get back to breastfeeding now. Thank you. No time to be sick in the army, they told me, until I pass out in formation. That's usually how it works, Corey. They wait until you're like on the brink of death before they actually put you in in medical. Cheers, Bradley. Well, Peter, we get a lot of trolls in here. That's why. Nom, nom, nom. At least he has good humor. But just remember, no amount of trolling is going to make your dad love you. So, thank you, Big Troll. So I was thinking, I was kind of going more for the look of the mom and the, oh shit, what was that movie? Yeah, I know Erin. Yeah, she's the lady I met in Caribou.
Oh.
And she works at the spa, the med spa.
Right.
Yeah, why?
Travis used to ask me that.
Yeah, she's super sweet. I like her. She's got like 3 Frenchies. So, sorry. Let's see. No, I was gonna say, no, that's my husband, Michael. The Blair Witch. No, it's a newer movie. What was it? Is it Meryl Streep? No. No, it's not Meryl Streep. No. Yeah, there we go. That one. It is from The Deliverance. Have you guys seen The Deliverance? I know that soundbite was all over TikTok for a while. I can smell your nappy pussy. That's what I was going for. That's the look I'm going for today. And I'll probably like verbally stem that all day now. So.
Baby, I'm getting the fire nice and toasty for you. Barrett.
Puppy pile.
No, it's more like Barrett wants to be romantic in front of the fire. Barrett.
Coffee. I know I shouldn't. You're not supposed to drink coffee when you're sick, but fuck it. I've been drinking tea for like the past few days. I'm tired of it. So much tea. Oh, thank you, Evie. Kenda Catalini, thank you so much for becoming a member. You are now an off-grid yuppie. Everyone hates you. No. Is that the Bango song Deliverance? Oh, the banjo. No, The Deliverance is a newer movie in Barb of like an exorcism, like a possession. It's based on a true story, and it actually happened in Philadelphia. And the quote was all over TikTok for a while. I think it came out last year. So, no snow in Exeter. Maybe you guys should pack it back here. Tell Chris I said hello. Should pack it back here. Oh, I heard you guys got a ton of snow so far, Tony.
I'm usually on the ground now, though.
Well, no, it never stays very long, and it's ugly. Archie and Fritz, how are you off-grid if you're currently using a cell phone and live streaming? Newsflash, you're not really off-grid. So actually off-grid, that's related to your utilities. My house is running off of solar. It's heated by my wood stove and my wood boiler. And the internet has nothing to do with like utilities. Like, and I always think it's kind of funny when people are like, oh my God, you're not off grid, when you are also on a cell phone on YouTube. So, I'm not sure why you're emotional about it. It's okay. But we are out in the middle of nowhere, and just because like I use a cell phone, look at that. Solar panels. Here's my wood boiler. There's that wood stove. Where there. That heats my house. Oh, and we're on a well, which I tested. Oh my gosh. I had a guy who does pool cleaning. Thank you, Sherry. I need coffee to survive. Yeah. I tested my well because people are like, oh, you got to test your well water and make sure like it's not full of like whatever bacteria. Whenever it tested so well, this guy that cleans pools for a living, he's like, I've never seen well water that tested that well before, which is fantastic. And I like it. It's amazing because when I moved here and started using this water, also getting away from people and stressors and stuff, I used to have like breakouts along my chin line, usually from stress and whether environmental or like mental stress. And now, like after moving here, drinking this water, using this water, getting the fuck away from people and stress, no breakouts. So love it. Yeah. Raphael, heck yeah, being off grid means learning to live off the land. Good job. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So, I'm not off grid and I never claim to be. You're the one claiming to be off grid when you're not. How dumb can you people be? I'm sorry that you are having such a rough day. Are you okay? You good? Speaking of, Raphael, I have all my seedlings and stuff, not all of them, but a lot of them started for my springtime garden. Here's all my lettuce. This isn't even everything. I'm just kind of like getting things started in phases. And obviously I can't plant any of the corn until like the ground actually thaws in June. But I plan on growing enough corn so that I don't ever have to buy corn again for my animals. So that's the goal. Your babies don't get into your seedlings? Thankfully, no, Melissa. Surprisingly, at first I kept them all up. They have zero interest in my seedlings, so I'll take it. Good job, babies. I imagine I'm sure if I let them like explore and sniff them some more, they probably would just destroy everything, but they don't seem interested at all. But everything's doing good so far. Yeah, Janet. And so I'm using my hydroponics to get seedlings started. And then once they're big enough, I transplant them into pots. And then obviously once the ground thaws, they'll get transferred outside eventually. But I'm just using my hydroponics to get things started because that's like my highest success rate. When I germinate my seeds hydroponically and let them get a couple inches or so, and then transfer them, I have the highest yield of successful seedlings. So, thank you, Daniel. So I don't have a whole lot of hydroponics. I just have the two. And I started a couple weeks ago getting seedlings started. I just kind of start new seedlings every couple of days because I will be having a big garden. I want to like produce enough so that I don't have to do as much grocery shopping. And then also I would like to produce enough that I don't have to buy anything from Tractor Supply. So the cabin in Wilkes-Barre needs you guys back. They got boring since Chris left. Yeah, I hear that a lot, Tony. I'm sorry. Cinnamon was being very spicy the other day. She did the thing to Chris that she did to me. So if you guys don't know, Cinnamon and Pumpkin are our miniature Highland cows. And Chris went out there the other night while I was taking care of the chickens, and she was doing the whole thing of chasing him, running back and forth to steal Pumpkin's buckets. So yes, she's been spicy. Me too, Patricia. I can't wait to start my garden. Yeah, chickens, cows, goats. I just put medicine in his eye.
Alright, well, he's got a big hunk of I'll get this other item.
Yeah. Let's keep it up. Having a garden is very rewarding. I always loved gardening, Raphael. Like as a kid, my family put a garden in the backyard. After a while, they got bored of it, but I was out there every morning at like 6 a.m. Like I'd put my little flip-flops on, grab my basket, and I would like pull weeds and like harvest vegetables and stuff out of it. I loved doing that ever since I was a little kid. I think we started when I was like 7 or so. Man, I love growing stuff because it's kind of like a science experiment. I love just seeing what happens and cross-pollinating things. And
Tell you what, you're a fucking awesome job. I've never seen sunflowers and shit grow like they did last year.
oh, I know. And like so, this past year I grew a lot of sunflowers. One, the cows love to eat them. And then I harvested all the seeds. I'll never have to buy, not even all. I think I only pulled like 10 or 12 sunflower heads for seeds. I'll never have to buy seeds again. So I love weeding. It's like therapy. Yes, Patricia. Yeah. It's kind of like pimple popping videos. I saw the video of Cinnamon being spicy. I was worried you were going to get run over. Thankfully, she's so good for being something that's about 500 to 800 pounds. She's never given me the indication that she would like run me over. She always like dodges or does the thing where it like puts her front legs down and her butt's in the air. But man, having something that's 500 to 800 pounds running full steam at you is a little scary. But she's a good girl. She's a girl's girl. How do you stop a fixed cat from peeing on curtains? I think you just gotta run up behind them and like plug the hole with your finger. That'll usually take care of it. So good luck with that. That might actually work. I don't know. Like I feel like I probably would stop what I was doing. Yeah, Maria, they're more like between 5 and 800 pounds. Like I'm probably closer to the 5. So you'll have a good corn crop and sunflowers around the cows. Oh, for sure. I plan on like growing like a corn or sunflower maze. Like I have it in my head that I'm gonna like section it off and put large amounts of seeds like in a grid pattern or like in a maze pattern on a grid and just see what happens. So the shock of that might make them do number 2. Well, number 2s are probably easier to clean up than cat spray though, Willow, in my opinion. Hi, Bear. Hang on, I need to blow my nose again. So yesterday, So yesterday, for whatever reason, my that most popular video on my account was kind of popping off again. It's at 11 million views. So I started like commenting back, and at this point, it's just for funsies. I don't care what people are saying. I'm just commenting back because increasing the views like helps me monetize. But a lot of the comments are really positive. People like commiserating and being like, "Are you okay?" But then a lot of the comments are also like misogynist, like soft hand, red pill, goblins that crawled out of incel subreddits. Yes, it is just for money. Funsies is money, Brandon. It sure is. Because the thing is the people making those comments, they can't leave it alone. They have to come back. They have to like run it back and comment back because they just can't stand not having the last word or, you know. So I've been commenting back, and it's funny because like I don't have to do much or say much because it's usually the same 3 or 4 comments all up and down the comment section. And if you guys want to have some fun with it, please be my guest. Like, go through the comment section of that video. It's hilarious. Message retracted. What'd you say, Brandon? What did you say? Oh my God, it must have been pretty bad because YouTube doesn't really filter a whole lot. Although, oh, I did see, so I opened the comment section and I was like, oh, there's comments to be reviewed because they're so bad that YouTube hid them. I'm like, okay. Ka-ching. It's the one that has 11 million views on it. Don't care. The post pounder video. So I opened that up. There was like 50 something comments, and my goodness, like the ones that say it with their full name in full view. Yeah. I know, but there was another comment that came through that oh, I guess it got rid of that comment, Brandon. That's weird. For funsies instead of for money. Yeah, that's weird that it made it go that way. Anyway, so I unlocked all of those and I opened them all up because a lot of those people had their full names on display, and the stuff that they were saying, I'm like, wow, that could get you fired. Man, it would suck if somebody took a screenshot of that and sent it to your boss. Pat, thank you so much for that sticker. Pat Swinson with the, is that, it's like a bean with coffee. It's like a blue bean. Oh, did you have your teeth fixed to look like a vampire? No. I get that a lot. My fangs are natural. These are just my teeth. And it's funny because people ask me about my canines all the time, and I used to get made fun of in school for my teeth, and now I get so many compliments on it. Even if you're not complimenting me, I don't care. But I get so many questions because people pay to have like fangs put on or put in or shaved down or whatever. And I'm like, all natural. In 1791, do you think they were thinking about armor-piercing bullets and switches? Most likely, so what they were thinking about is tyranny. They were thinking about, man, we don't want a government to turn on its people again, and be willing to sacrifice them for their own personal gain. So I think that's what they were thinking about in 1791. They were thinking, well, we don't want to put people in a position where someone else has a gun to their head and they have to do whatever they say. And if the government turns on them, that they can do what is necessary. So, you know, so that's all. That's all. Because you gotta look at it. I mean, like, it goes way back. So when England took Scotland, they also took firearms. And I get that there was a lot of flintlock, muzzleloader type shit back then. But they were like, hey, none of you Scots can have guns because we don't want this whole rebellion thing to happen again. And they couldn't. And then now Scotland is what it is. Second Amendment is right behind the First Amendment for that reason. Yes. So people can say, hey, this is wrong, and then also defend it if they have to. So I totally get that. The moment that you tell people that you don't have a right to defend yourself, especially against a tyrannical government, because my thing is people like to say government, and that makes it sound like an entity, like a inanimate object, when really government is people. It's a bunch of people who are can be corrupted. We know that people can be corrupted. We know that. So it's there to fight against a tyrannical government But remember, government can be a bunch of corrupt people. So just remember that. Just like when people are like, oh my God, I love him. He would never hurt me. And then he cheats on you. Yeah, that's, government can do that. Same thing. Where is the burr? He is in front of a toasty fire. So don't let your government cheat on you. And they'll be less likely to cheat on you if you are holding your Second Amendment. Let's see. By the way, someone copied your old store in Exeter. They're about a block away from it. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware somebody put a store in right next to where we used to be. It's like, that's okay. People can open their own stores. There were several people, Tony, that were trying to buy the building when we sold it so that they could put a shop there because they just wanted to take the traffic, which is fine. The thing is, you could put a store there, but if the prices aren't the same, then people aren't going to go there. They're not going to go out of their way for something and continue to pay more. Because we all know that all the stores there were fucking price gouging. And I'll say, like, Bear's Gun Room, Advanced Arms, what's the place up in Scranton? And that place that was in Plymouth, I forget. Anyway, all of those places were charging MSRP plus. And like they'd have like big inventories, but none of those were fucking moving. And then I remember they were charging like $30-$40 for a box of 9 when we had it for $15.99 when there was a shortage. Yeah. So the reason why people would go out of their way to shop with us in Exeter is because we had good prices and we didn't price gouge. So whoever opened that store next to where we were, yeah, I mean, like they'll try to take advantage of like anyone who might be going that way because they think that we're still there. But if the prices don't match, then true. I've never seen better prices. Scranton stores, roll call, Plymouth is Shawnee. Yeah, yeah. Have a great day, Doris. But yeah, I mean, like, we've had a couple people tell us about that. I don't really care. We have our online store now, and we still have a lot of people from back there, from Exeter, from Wilkes-Barre, from Scranton, everything that still order from us online and shop with us online. And yeah, that should be a big clue to those stores that are still there that maybe they should stop price gouging. And maybe they have, but I feel like they haven't stopped any of that because now that we're gone, they don't have like competition with lower prices. So I don't know. That's what keeps it business thriving is their fair prices. Yeah. I sound snobby. Really? Well, I am sick right now. Yeah, I've ordered from you guys. Prices are amazing. Merch is so cool. Thank you. Thanks, Tony. I'm not sure, like, you sound snobby. Well, I don't think that I'm saying anything in terms of being like, I'm better than you. I'm just talking facts is all. Do you mind letting the dogs out?
Babies, need to go potty.
Little Bowie. Little Bowie. And Bear.
Just enjoying some comments. Come on, everybody out. Babies. Come on. Come on.
Hi, Rowdy. Don't spam the chat. It is now 0 degrees. We're getting there. It's getting there. There we go. Why do I live in a cabin? I think everybody has like their own style or maybe preference for like homes and aesthetic and stuff. I do like a nice log cabin. So, what's the coffee brand you're drinking? Oh no, definitely not homegrown. It's Starbucks. My daughter used to work for Starbucks, and she would get a free bag of coffee every week for working there. And I just kind of got hooked on Starbucks. So, my Starbies. I do like it, but I'll drink anything if Starbucks isn't available. Although, like, I'm not as big on Dunkin' because I can. 23 degrees in Kingston. Do you always have to slam the door open, Tanker? He's like, yes. With creamer. I can't drink black coffee. Off-brand sweatshirt. Brandon the fashionista. I am in northern Maine, Padro. I'm in northern Maine. Cleveland is no longer single digits. Well, that's nice. We're at 0 right now.
Right. When I was out there earlier.
Okay, no, it's saying 0 now, so it warmed up slightly. Sun's out. It is interesting though, the sun is out, although because of where we're at in Maine, it stays really low in the sky. This is my 4th time trying to stop drinking coffee hard.
I just gave you some tank.
Why are you trying to stop drinking coffee, or are you drinking like too much? We have a friend, Heinmarch, I think he drinks like 2 pots a day. That might be excessive, but at least you're not like, you know, like funneling it into your ass. So.
That's probably a safer way to do it.
Hey, Info Warrior, thank you. They really are. Wait, is it Friday? No, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. You wear the Louis V to feed the cows. Yeah, exactly. No, it's still kind of sick, Sherry, but it's fine. So, I have no idea, Candy. Yeah, Saturday. I got confused. Willow said it was Friday. I was like, wait, did I lose a day? I mean, my days are kind of screwed up because, like, I've been sick, but... Are cabins in northern Maine still affordable, or was your cabin built from the ground up to keep it cheaper? Like, so we didn't build it. No, this was already here. We bought this property as is. But property in northern Maine is way less expensive. So we have just under 200 acres and this cabin. And we got it all for $475. Where if we had gotten this down in Pennsylvania or New York or, you know, wherever, it probably would have been well over $1 million. So, because it's a nice size. It's like a 2,300 square foot cabin, a heated garage. It's got a snowmobile shed that we put our tractor, our snowmobiles out in. The driveway is a mile long. It's already set up with solar and everything. And we got that for $475. If this had been anywhere else, you definitely would have been paying well over $1 million. So, all right, Rowdy. Is it hard to heat with the window wall facing the high? No, actually. So, Corey, everything's double pane. So the windows are made for these kinds of temperatures. And we have the exterior wood boiler that heats the floors, so it heats from the ground up. And we also have the wood stove that's in the living room. You have no idea how much heat that puts off. That to the point where like sometimes we have to like open a door to cool it down in here. Yeah. It throws off a lot of heat. So we don't have any issues with heating this place, even with the big ass windows. Like it's actually really well put together. Do we have our own range? Technically, because we have just under 200 acres. So Corey, I do harvest trees that fall on my property. I don't timber my land. I'll buy cords to if we didn't pull enough off of the property. So like all year long, trees fall from windstorms and snowfall and everything like that. In the spring, what I'll do is I'll go around with my ATV and my little cart. Thank you, Corey. Thank you so much for that sticker. So I'll go around because there's been a ton of trees that fell already, just naturally, just from the weight of the snow or wind or whatever. So in the spring, once all the snow melts, I'll go around, I'll buck those trees, haul them back here, stack them up, and let them season. They have to season for a year before you can throw them in the boiler. I don't throw any pine in the boiler. So pine goes in a different pile that is for like outside campfire stuff. Anything else, it goes under just like the woodshed to season. And if I feel like I don't have enough to last me for the winter, I will buy a few extra cords because I don't want to timber my property. I like all my trees. I like my privacy. I like my trails. But I mean, if you really worked at it, I could probably get enough wood every year just from fallen trees to heat my house. But that's like a full-time job. I just get what is accessible right off the trail. Anything that falls over the trail, that usually gets me about like 3 or 4 cords by itself. So let's see. Awesome. Good chatting with you too, Raphael. Thanks for being in here. But yeah, honestly, I do like doing that in the spring. I like going out and bucking fallen trees and stuff. It's fun. It's relaxing. I just like being outside. I like being in the woods. It's nice. Plus, like, that's good forestry practice because like all those fallen trees are what they call fire ladder. Meaning if there were ever a forest fire and you leave all those fallen dead trees, that just helps forest fires spread rapidly. So going around, one, it's part of maintenance for the property. 2, it heats my house. And 3, it's just good forestry maintenance. Thank you, Willow. Thanks for adding that. What happened to your eye? I think it's just the lighting. People keep saying that. Also, I didn't go full throttle with the makeup today, so I am sick. Obviously. Yes, I have a neck tattoo. I missed a lesson. Yeah, a little flimmy, yeah. Chris, he was at a gun show. I don't get why people go out in public when they're sick. So he was at a gun show, a bunch of people were there, were sick and coughing all over everything, so of course he brought it back. I can understand if you need to run to the store to get some medicine or whatever, but like going to a gun show or going to a movie theater or something when you are in the throes of being sick boggles my mind. I don't want to do shit. I don't want to go out. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to go do stuff. I will miss events if I'm sick because 1, I don't want to be out and around people, but 2, I don't want to get other people sick. So all the people that go to gun shows, like fevers, coughing all over everything, I don't get it. I do not get it. All is fair at a gun show. It's America and guns, yeah. Oh yeah, so yeah, I have been a professional aerialist for the past 15 years, so. What is this about? We're just kind of hanging out on
Chitty chat.
On live. We're just hanging out for a Saturday morning. Usually I'm out and about doing stuff, taking care of the cows. We go on hikes and stuff. I have not been able to because I've been sick. So.
Because mama and daddy, I got the boogers. I got the boogers.
Yeah, so I answered your question, Brian. Ugh. Yuck.
Time to take that expectorant.
Would I ever practice on live again? No, Tammy. I mean, I have a hard time getting people to like support my live just doing our regular stuff. Like people seem to support even less when I do aerial live. Plus, like that's something that I've been as a professional, I got paid to do, lots of money to do. I'm not doing that for free on live, just to have a bunch of people like talk shit. You know? There's so many, Corey, yes. My voice is breaking. It's because I'm sick.
Boogers.
But also when I train, when I'm doing aerial, that it's something that I take seriously.
Gotta stay focused.
I gotta stay focused. I am in the air. I don't really like to stop and talk. Usually I'm just kind of like keeping my head on straight in between. I don't really like training on live. And then, well, we had several times when I owned my studio, I had people that would come in and be like, oh, can I just watch you train? I had schools reach out to me and be like, hey, our class would love to come watch you train and let the kids see what you do. And I'm a very straight shooter. This one woman contacted me like for like a first grade class or something. She's like, I'd love to bring the kids in and watch you train and see what you do. And I was just very straightforward with her. I was like, hey, I appreciate you reaching out, but I don't really like kids. And I also really need to stay focused when I'm training, so I don't get hurt. So, no, I can't, I would not be comfortable with you bringing your class into my studio. And she got back and she was like, wow, I've never had someone give me such an honest answer. I appreciate that. Well, thank you for your time. So, don't know what to tell you, Candy. Hassan, you've been here for a while, and you were trolling earlier, so. No, my husband I didn't meet doing aerial. We met in the gym, so just.
Lifting weights.
Yeah, putting things up and putting them down. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys about the sound thing, because Chris has his going next to me and I hear it's not breaking up for me, so. They met in prison.
Yes, we did. Prison love.
Yeah. Is aerial high? Yeah, I mean, like I've gone up as high as like 80 feet, and my studio had 40-foot ceilings, and I usually kind of stayed between the 25 and 35-foot kind of zone for performing and training, so. Hassan, don't. So Hassan, you really have an issue with blonde people and just like people in general. So like, hey, time out. No, not really, Willow. And plus, we've been sick lately, so just haven't really been doing much of anything. Plus, I mean, there's snow on the trails, but I would like to see more snow before going out to the state.
I'd like to this weekend.
To the state trails, because I hear they're pretty rough, because without a whole lot of snow and people have zero control over their throttle, they get kind of bumpy. So. Tony, how long have you guys been together? Well, we met in 2014.
We've known each other for 10 years, just over 10
Yeah,
years.
just
but we
over
were married
10
for
years.
6.
I mean, we didn't immediately start dating, but like we met. It was like July of 2014.
You just couldn't get enough of me.
Yeah. But we've been married for 6 years. J Creative. You cheated on me. Yeah, sure. Because she found something better. Hi, Trending. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off of here just because, like, I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay down for a while, but you guys,
Snuggle up with the papas.
yeah. Thank you. You guys have a fantastic day, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Check out all of our videos. Oh, did you both cheat on spouses when you met? No, I was going through my divorce, and Chris was already divorced. Really interesting questions, though. Really interested, pointed questions for someone who, like, has no idea who I am, supposedly. So, people are interesting. Although we have had Chris's, some ex-people in Chris's life come onto our live streams and, like, say a bunch of stuff. Is that Bob? Yeah, I know. Say a bunch of stuff to try to say, to implicate that we're cheaters and infidelity and all this other stuff. Anyway, just so you know, it's really easy to find out who you are. Bobby Favor found that one out really quick. All right, you guys, have a fantastic day, but make sure you subscribe. I go live. Everyone know that I go live every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to come with us and hopefully get back to hiking in the morning soon.
The puppies need it.
Yeah, the puppies need it. We'll be doing that soon. So as soon as I feel better. Have a fantastic day. Bye, everybody.